Now, what Edo State really needs is a panel beater, and I am here to panel beat the state. Okpebholo says. Okpebholo that is already having issue with his APC members as he is not getting involved in public discourse and especially around campaigns and media appearances. And so a lot of Edo people, both APC and non-APC, are worried about his competencies and his level of articulation, and if this guy will be able to handle the issues of Edo State. Now they are saying that what Edo need is panel and he's now available and is here to panel the state. And even Okpebholo himself said he doesn't need grammar to rule the state or solve the state's problems. All those ones are rhetorics. You need to be well educated and well articulated to be able to understand what the problems are and proffer solutions. And how will you get vote if you not come out to talk to the electorate on your plans? And that is what will be used to assess you whether you are really prepared or not, or whether you're knowledgeable or competent or not. Now he's talking about panel beating. Now, wow. According to the report from the Sun News Monday, Okpebholo, the All Progressives Congress APC governorship candidate in Edo State, has called for urgent reform in Edo State, advocating for a panel beater to address the state's deteriorating infrastructure and restore its former glory. Speaking during a media interaction session with members of Edo State Correspondent Chapel in Benin, Okpebholo responded to criticisms leveling him as a panel beater, stating that he does not need elaborate rhetoric to address the state's challenges. Okpebholo asserted that his administration would immediately declare a state of emergency on insecurity. He emphasized that a detailed manifesto is unnecessary to tackle the complex issues and suffering caused by the current People Democratic Party-led administration under Governor Godwin Obaseki. Can you imagine? So detailed manifesto is unnecessary. So how are you going to tell the people? How are you going to sell the plan to the people? How are you going to tell them what you have? How are you going to buy their heart and buy them to your side if you take manifesto is unnecessary? This guy is making a mistake. No wonder they're calling him panel-beater. And it's coming out to say that what Edo State need now is a panel-beater so that they can panel-beat the state of the nation for the better. Can you imagine? You cannot be a governor without engaging with the people. So when you lack or lose the engagement, you are automatically losing the election. That is it. Because people will practically say they don't know you. A very few people that knows you or sympathizes with you are just going to vote you on a sympathy level. But on a general note and a more competent note, more serious note, nobody will vote you if you are not going to engage with them. Your manifesto is critical. Why do we have governorship and presidential debates if manifesto is not critical? It's part of the democratic process. It's part of election process. Okpebholo criticized the Obaseki administration's handling of the state's resources, challenging him to account for the significant monthly allocations, security votes, and internally generated revenues received over nearly 8 years. Can you imagine? So if elected by the special grace of God on September 21, my job is to do things differently and restore Edo State to its lost glory. Therefore, we need a courageous leader that will do things rightly for the benefit of Edo people, Okpebholo said. Can you imagine? So that is what he's saying. But he wouldn't have to tell the Edo people his plan, have he? So he highlighted the state's current financial predicament, noting today Edo State is receiving 11 billion naira in monthly allocation, with the debt profile put at about 555 billion naira, thereby mortgaging the future of our children. Okpebholo described his vision for Edo State as a comprehensive overhaul, promising a government free of thuggery, revitalization of local industries like Bender breweries, repair of roads, and improvement of the educational system. So at this point, what Edo really need is a panel beater. I am here to panel beat the state, where there will be no thuggery, where Bender brewery will work, where our roads will be fixed, and where our children will have a functional educational system with teachers in our classrooms, he said. Can you imagine? And if you have listed some of these, manifesto is out already now. You're saying you not did manifesto. So in support of Okpebholo's candidacy, Kasim Afegbua, media consultant for the Edo State APC Governorship Campaign Council, underscored the need for an empathic governor with emotional intelligence. So he praised Okpebholo's humility and integrity, describing them as key attributes for effective leadership. Afegbua also highlighted Okpebholo's initiative, operations, uh, Operation Light Edo Central, which aims to install 3,000 street lights in the central senatorial district. The question is not just putting the street light. What are you going to use to power the street light? Are you going to use generator like they did during Obasanjo's government when they were basically using diesel generators to power street lights? So if you are going to power the street lights, even if you are going to install the street light, what are you going to use to power it? That's the question. Additionally, Afegbua outlined several of Okpebholo's planned intervention projects, including the provisions of transformers, construction of classrooms, allocation of security vehicles, scholarships, and boreholes for various communities within the Central Senatorial District. These initiatives reflect Okpebholo's commitment to practical governance and addressing the needs of Edo State's residents. So you say manifesto is not necessary, but what you have listed here is even more than manifesto. So how? So how are we sure you exactly know what you are saying? Eh? Now, wow. And somebody say panel beater candidate. We don't need a panel beater governor in Edo State. God forbid. Okay, oh, you don't understand. They are calling him panel beater. That is why he came up with that rhetoric. So try to understand. Panel beater will be more better this time than classic account economists that will use both head, leg, and eyes to loot us dry again. So at those state, we don't need grammarian or let panel come and panel the state for us and let move forward. The question you need to ask yourself is, I know that this is more of symbolic, okay, or a simile that is an exaggeration, but a panel has its own level. A panel has no business with government and leadership. That is the truth, and management. So when you put a panel beater in a position of a manager or a position of an administrator, you're going to have problem because he doesn't have the basic skill and knowledge needed to run such office. So don't put a panel beater to run the account of the state, to run the administrative and the managerial responsibilities of the state as a governor. If you do that, you are going to be in trouble. Already from campaign level, he's not able to engage with the electorate effectively. And by the time he enters office, you're not going to hear his voice anymore until the end of 4 years or possibly 8 years. Okay? So already they are saying we don't need a panel beater because the panel beater is obviously not competent to run such complex office as a governor's office. That is it. So whether it's a true panel beater or is a panel beater by exaggeration, by nickname, well, the symbolic meaning of that panel beating is that Okpebholo is not articulate enough or probably lacks the academic competence to manage such complex office as that of the governor. That is why they are referring to him as panel beater. So we need to understand it.